Yeah! What's up, y'all? This your boy D-Mike. You see, I usually do songs with like hooks and concepts and shit, right? But fuck that, man. I'm trying to go platinum. So I'm about to rock this shit. Check this out, y'all. Read a book, read a book, read a motherfucking book. Read a book, read a book, read a motherfucking book. Read a book, read a book, read a motherfucking book. Read a book, read a book.
I've tried this one today, y'all. This is the mango banana goji berry. Yeah. So it's kind of different. Goji berries add a little twang to it, a little kick, but it's good. I'm enjoying it. It was first little hit was a little strong, but it got better. I'm just coming off my fast. I just did me 3 days, a 3-day detox. Nothing major. Pretty sailed through it quite easily. Had a little slight headache second day, cause I haven't fasted in a while, man. Like I said, I've been slacking on a few things, but it's alright. It's never too late to get on track. So it took me 3 days and flushed myself properly. This is actually like this is a smoothie, so this is about the heaviest thing I done had in 3 days. So I'm actually feeling this. I'm trying to go slow on it. But we talking about books. All type books. Off-white books. You know what I'm talking about? Books. Gotta have books, man. It's very important. Reading is fundamental, I guess. It's important, yes. It's important to educate yourself, you know. Go out and do your own research. Look things up. But also, it's important to remember that a person wrote these books, so that you are always reading the ideas and opinions and feelings of somebody else. So that's why it's important not to be trying to go buy a book or live by a book or what's the book. Like a lot of people ask me for what book they can get. Just dealing with consciousness, period. And I forgot to even mention that this was a suggestion. I didn't just decide to do this, in case y'all wondering. It's a suggestion by Prissy Missy. That's what I call you. I'm sorry if you don't like that, but that's what I call you, because I don't remember, you know, I come up with nicknames for everybody, so all y'all got nicknames, whether you know it or not. Anybody who I hear from on a regular basis. But this is Prissy 504, I believe. Does that mean you in the... Oh yeah, NOLA. You in New Orleans. I just thought about that. 504, okay. Yeah. So, she wanted to know what are some books that my viewers should be reading. And to anybody else who made a suggestion or a question or sent a question or whatever, I am going to get around to it. I try to FIFO these things, first in, first out, and I try to prioritize also with the suggestions, what I think need to be heard or addressed immediately. So I ain't forget about nobody. I'm not ignoring nobody or none of that. Like, I take all this, especially if I told you I'm going to do it, then I'm going to do it. Some of these topics take more thought and care than I at first imagined. Like, I came out just saying what I want to say, but as my brother Desi was saying, the more you do this, the more you become conscious of what you're saying, because, start getting feedback from the people. And nobody wants to be misunderstood, what their intentions are. But anyway, so I decided this one deserved to be addressed, and I wanted to do it earlier, but I had to get around to it. So here it is, better late than never, right? But some books that my viewers should be reading. I wasn't sure if you meant health books or just in general, because like I said, I get a lot of questions about just all types of books. So I'm going to start with the health books, but as far as any type of books, health or otherwise, They are just meant to be a guide for you to go inward and learn to listen to yourself to figure out what you're supposed to do. That's why I tried to tell everybody early on, you know, you don't have to keep telling me what Dr. Sabi say or what Dr. Africa say or Dr. Pukum or what nobody say, because that's great to know what they say, but does that work for you? Because everything that worked for Dr. Africa might not work for every one of us. And this is why I went into eugenics and us being a hybrid, many of us being hybrids on the hybrid video. So we need to be aware of that. We can't just take what somebody say in a book and run with it, or take some book as the be all, end all for us. Like, where did you find that information? Where was it written? Like I get that question a lot about shit. Where is it written? We're gonna get into that later, because that was another thing I get when I'm talking about being natural and polygamy and all those nature things. But anytime you want to know where it is written, all I hear is, you know, show me the clear nigga who can verify what you saying, because your freckles too close. Your melanin, you got too much surface melanin for me to listen to you. So show me where, you know, what Massa said it, and then maybe it'll be alright. Because we ain't, you know, been covering all these topics that long, so eventually you got to go back to them. It's just like when we get into being into languages. As soon as you start wanting to translate something, you got to go back to one of their languages. We go into Latin, Greek, or even Hebrew. That ain't one of our original languages. This is a later dialect of one of our original languages. So we trapped in a lot of these things. And, you know, get caught up in that source references and all that. I'm not into all that. Because the point of you studying, your goal for studying should be to lead you within. That's what I've learned in all my studies. And I don't claim to be no greater scholar or none of that. Ali Muhammad, Baba, Tommy Davidson, you might very well be more well-read than me. I don't doubt that. So you probably got more books and no more shit. I don't doubt that at all. But I like to think of myself as a young, old, wise man. Like, that's what people call me for. People don't call me to find out what it say on page 36 of such and such book, or for some historical facts or references. Dr. Clark did all that. There's brothers who do that. Y'all call Alibaba for that. You want to know some history. People call me to ask me what I think. What you think about such and such? What do you think about this? Because I'm a thinker. I like to consider myself one of the great thinkers. That's how I think of myself. If that's too conceited for some of y'all, I don't care. That's how I feel about me. Shit. So that's what I do. I'm a thinker, and books have helped me think. That's what they do. They help me think of things that I probably wouldn't have thought of. They couldn't thought of on my own, or didn't think of at the time. That's why certain things resonate with you when you read them, because you could have wrote it. This book I just read, since we talking about books, matter of fact, this is a good example. I said I was going to start with health books, but if I didn't want to talk about this book. It's right here, Hip Hop Decoded, by the Black Dot. See, when I read this, I felt like I could have wrote this. But then I also felt like I couldn't have wrote it. Like, I felt like only Black Dot could have did it like this. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's beautiful about doing you. Putting yourself on some paper or on wax or on tape or whatever you're doing, because can't nobody do you like you. You know what I'm saying? But if I was going to write a hip-hop book, it would have been something like this. That's what I mean. Like, when I say I feel like I could have did it, I would have wrote my hip-hop book about this type of shit. Like, I would have just wrote a book, regular old rap book. So, and the things that it resonated with me, because like I said, it felt like me talking. A lot of this shit is that I say all the time. I just don't say it like him. So that's what books do for me. Like, I get confirmation as well as information. But I don't like to say I'm learning anything. That's another thing. We're not learning from these books. We're remembering. Because there was a time when you knew everything. And you have forgot. Enosites, Enosh, you forgetful beings have forgotten who you are, what you are, where you are, when you are, why you are. So until you remember these things, you're on a constant quest to get, what's the word? Amnesia. You're in a constant quest to recover from amnesia. That's what we're in, a state of amnesia. So this is what all study does. It helps you remember. And the more I study, the more I remember. And the more I remember, the more I realize I don't need to study. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need these books. I don't need none of this shit. Like, this is very important that we establish that. Because the answers, all of this shit is in here. Every book I could ever buy, I don't care how deep or profound it sounded at the time, I knew that already. I just didn't know how to access that information in myself. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So, this is why meditation and reflection and quiet and observing silence is important. And I think that's why, part of the reason why I got to where I'm at, because books that I've read that told me or advised me to do that, to meditate and sit in silence and be quiet, I applied that and it led me inward, and I started answering questions on my own, coming up with things. I know plenty of y'all have situations, go through situations, you're having conversations with people, and you say something, you don't even know where you got it from. You don't know where you learned that. You don't remember learning it or reading it or hearing it nowhere, but it just came out of you, and the person you said it to was like, damn, where you get that from? They might even think you got it from somewhere or somebody else or read it, but it's in you already. Some people say that's the Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit working through you. Yeah, it is. Your Holy Ghost and your Holy Spirit working from within you, from the inside out. So, yeah, don't underestimate your own power and things that you already know. While we on a quest for knowledge, I want to just make sure we keep those things in mind. But okay, I will give you some guides, things that will help lead you inward so that you can just learn to listen to yourself. When you go in the grocery store, let's just talk about health. You should be able to use your body. Some people just have used pendulums to go in there and actually read the energy and vibration of the things that we eat. Well, we only need the pendulum because we don't have the ability to do that with our bodies. But we should. We have that power, but we don't know how to use it. So we have to use tools, talismans, to do things, to get things to happen as focal points, or to help us visualize and concentrate and project our energy. But you should be able to go in there and just read the energy off everything. Just go in there and look and feel what you should be eating and what you shouldn't be eating at the time. But you have to be in tune with yourself. See, this is where I go in within. It's all about going within. We are not going to be able to escape that. And these books are outside of yourself. No matter what you want to say, no matter how great they are not coming from within you. You go out and get them. So it's still not the ultimate goal. So the more we get in tune and remember and get and know ourselves, the less we'll need these books or these talismans to help us exercise our God-given, I don't want to say that, but natural born powers. We are born God. But I'm gonna start with this book. I think anybody who done inboxed me or wrote me about a book as far as health go, y'all done heard of this. Heal Thyself, Queen of Four. I did this on another video, but I don't mind doing it again. For those who missed it, I know there's some people that's new to it. Queen of Four. First name on the back is Dr. Africa, who I just got through talking about, who himself has some very good books. Nutricide, excellent book. that I've only been able to scan through and glance through, but I've heard enough about it from people who read it to know that it's serious. So I recommend it. I will be getting it soon. Like I said, I don't claim to have everybody's book. I got too many books already. Like, really. So, yeah. Anybody who really just wanted basic, you know, basic yet divine. Like, this book is not no simple book. Like, you can just look at the cover and tell she is on some real divinity shit, like on some real deity shit right here. So, if you're ready to begin your journey to deityhood, godship, this is a great way to start. Holistically, not just dealing with your health, but she's gonna get into some other topics also. I mean, not just dealing with food, because health goes into more than food. And this is the Heal Thyself Cookbook, written by Diane Kikon. I hope I'm saying that right. But yeah, very good book. A lot of good recipes, everything from soups to salad dressings, pre-breakfast drinks, appetizers, juices, you name it. Main dishes, desserts. It's all in here. Heal Thyself Natural Living Cookbook by Diane Kikon. Revised with a new herbal section, so make sure you get the revised with the new herbal section. Dining in the Raw, another one of my favorites. See how he's been through all types of good shit. By Rita Romano. There's Miss Rita. Her sister right there. She put together a pretty good book. Show y'all some of the things I like about it once again, for those who might have missed it. And it's alright if y'all saw the other video where I talked about some books, because we're going to go into some other books on this one, like I say, since the sister didn't get specific, and since I don't just talk about diet and nutrition, you know. This ain't no Dr. Sabi shit over here, man. I'm more on some Dr. Valentine shit, like, honestly, as far as the range of topics that I want to cover. But got your list of minerals and vitamins, their uses, sources, vitamins and minerals, where you can find them. What else do I like about this book? Germination charts. And we do sprout over here. Got sprouted chickpeas in the fridge right now. But I'm going to show y'all how to sprout some seeds and things probably next week. We'll do some sprouting, because if you really want to talk about survival skills, then you need to be talking about some sprouting. Acid and alkaline chart. Food combining chart. A lot of information. And this is just to set you up before you even get to the recipes and stuff. Got a section in here on enzyme inhibitors, which I wanted to do a video on that too, because I want to make sure I stress that to everyone about soaking your seeds and nuts. And we'll do a video on enzyme inhibitors later, though. I'm not gonna get into that too much right now, but Google it if you don't want to wait for that. But yeah, this book goes every kind of recipes. Is raw soups, dressings and sauces, dehydrated treats, and you got your cooked foods, you got your salads, you got your desserts. It's pretty much everything. Like wherever you at in your diet, there's something in here for you. I mean, unless you eat meat. Ain't no meat, vegetables. It's all vegetarian, but it's not all raw. Got nuts, seeds, and sprouts. Things you can do with those. I guess it's a good book, man. It's Dining in the Raw. Rita Romano. Health. We still talk about that. Like I told y'all before, when you're ready to step your game all the way up, and you say you ain't gonna want nothing cooked, period. And you want your baby to be looking like that right there. You want your kid, your child to be surrounded by all that goodness. Look at that happy, pretty, motherfucking beautiful baby, man. And just look at all that delicious shit, man. That shit look good. And this is brought to you by, well, first this is Raw and Living Foods, first divine act and requirement of a holistic way of life. This is about divinity here, my people. It's like a whole nother, you know, it's a step closer to your godship. So, it's coming to you from the High Priest Quantamani, Grandmaster Chef, Raw and Living Foods, Vegetable Seeds, and Nuts. Very good book. Not just a cookbook, although there are great recipes. I did a couple of them already on here for y'all. But he also goes through minerals and supplements. I think I used this book in another video, in the Yin Yang Health video. Then it must. The Helios Biblios of Health. Prescription for Nutritional Healing. This is the 3rd edition. So, probably the biggest, unless they got another one. I think there's a 4th edition out. But I recommend you get the recent one, most recent one. I know a brother who got the first one and the new one, the first edition and the last one, so just to compare them, which is good to do too. But I have not found a more comprehensive book on healthcare. Like, that's not the word I'm looking for. Comprehensive, man, you can understand it, right? No, I mean a book with as much vast information. I have not found a book with this much information in it about health. Just look at how big this motherfucker is, man. It's almost 800 pages. On damn near any illness or disease you can think of. A practical A to Z reference to drug-free remedies using vitamins, minerals, herbs, and food supplements. For all those who don't believe in that, you little stupid clear niggas, and whoever else coming to me talking about doctors, you don't believe doctors, modern medicine cures diseases? No, idiot, I don't. That's why I started this channel. I believe in my body's ability to heal itself. So if that's what you believe, I suggest that you check into this book. Written by Phyllis A. Balch, CNC certified nutritional something. Okay. That's really about it on the health books, man. I don't have a vast library of health books. I know of some more. If y'all wanted me to suggest some, suggest some. I don't know why my brain don't work. But Dick Gregory's book is the book that Queen Afua says she read when she began her journey. Cooking with Soul, Cooking with Mother Earth, Cooking with Mother Nature. I don't know. Just look it up. Dick Gregory's book on health. And I support Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory is one of my heroes. I had the opportunity to see Dick Gregory speak. He was the headliner at the lecture where I saw Queen Afua and Supernova Slum and all them for the first time. I had the opportunity. Stickman spoke, and his wife, who has a book called, maybe hers is Cooking with Soul. Dang, I can't remember. Look up Stickman's wife cookbook. You can Google it just like that, and I'm pretty sure it'll come up. But she has a good book for people who are transitioning also. I just can't remember it. I see it all the time in the bookstore, but I recommended it to somebody, but I can't remember all them books, man. Y'all just, go to your local health food store and look around. Oh, there's a book called The Raw Family. That is very good for people, anybody who considering going raw and really want to know what it's about and how it can totally change your health and your families. For anybody with a family, if you got young children, I recommend you find this book called The Raw Family. Can't remember who wrote it. It's a family that wrote it. This is authored by a European family in Russia. They from Russia. And they wrote this book about their experience. They were all sick and overweight. And they had miraculous recoveries from everything. One of the children's fillings even popped out, and they grew new enamel in their teeth. That was the most amazing thing of the whole book to me. I had never heard of that, growing new enamel, basically growing teeth, just from switching over to a raw foods lifestyle. So that one I did read. I don't have that one with me. But look that up. The Raw Family. Very good book. And they got some cookbooks. Their kids got some cookbooks, but they weren't for Nubian taste buds. The ones I tried anyway. The desserts were alright, but the borscht and all that type of stuff, I wouldn't eating that cooked. I wouldn't eat cooked borscht. So I don't want no raw borscht. I don't know what that is. But yeah, those are good books as far as health and wellness go. Eat to Live, of course. How to Eat to Live by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Peace be upon him. I recommend that. I said Dr. Africa's book. Joe Pukram has a book on herbs and vitamins and minerals from A to Zinc. I think that's the name of it. Little green book. Last time I checked. And that's about all I know. Like, as far as getting started anyway, I don't know how much more you would need. Like, don't take a whole lot of research. Like, it's sad that we have to read so much about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, nothing else in nature need to read about what it should eat. Like, it's born knowing that. And so that's what I'm talking about. Like, we don't realize how degenerate we are when we got to go do all this research. It's sad that I had to have all these books. That's sad, really. Like, I would never go around acting like I'm hot shit because I got 10 books on healthcare. Like, fuck that. I shouldn't need any books on healthcare. Why don't I know how to take care of myself? like everything else does. They're not running around asking questions, looking for source references. Well, where is it written that I should use these wings to fly? Like, you goddamn, man. We don't have we've lost a lot of touch with ourselves. We are out of tune. So, just remember that's just what you're using these books for. Not that you walk around quoting books. Oh, you didn't read such and such by Dr. such and such? Or, yeah, I don't need to read that. I am convinced that the people who are really going to carry us into the next paradigm, they're going to be like Dr. Savy, the little boy who never went to school. I'm ready to meet somebody who ain't never read a book in their life. And that's the people who I want to talk to. Who ain't never seen TV, who ain't never watched a movie, never been exposed to none of this garbage. That's the person who's going to really get us where we need to be. But, okay. More books. Let's just talk more books. Since we're talking books, we're in the study. Hey. Been waiting to talk about this one. I'm so glad she got this book. Y'all just don't know. Yes, this is the book. I told a couple of sisters about it. Well, shout out to the sister who told me about it. Lioness Goddess shared that with me, and I shared it. I ain't read it, and I probably won't. I ain't read no books on polygamy, and I don't think I should have to. I know that shit is written in my DNA. I've done enough consulting with myself. But what I've read in here so far, just scanning through it, is amazing. Like, she's putting it down, and from it coming from a sister, it is very amazing to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like blown away by her. But yep, this is We Want for Our Sisters, What We Want for Ourselves, African American Women Who Practice Polygamy by Consent, by Patricia Dixon Spear. So ladies, if you dare, you know what I'm saying, whether you for it or against it, don't you at least want to have all the facts, have all the information? Wouldn't you like to hear it from another person's point of view? And just to mention, well, I'm going to read a little bit of this. No, I'm not. I'll just read this part. She's an associate professor in African American Studies at Georgia State University. Man, I didn't even know that. Where she teaches courses on African American male-female relationships and family. She is the founding president of the National African American Relationships Institute. Argue with that. But yeah, I just love how she break it down from the Greco-Roman perspective to how it's affecting us as African people. Because if y'all ain't willing to deal with that, then you ain't willing to deal with that topic at all. But I recommend this for all the sisters and brothers too. If you are confused about that topic, I don't have no confusion about it whatsoever. But I might read it just because I want to be able to talk about it, conversate about it, converse. Other good books, other good books, other good books. Oh, The Glorious Light. Pardon me. Meditation. Muhammad Ashby. I had Egyptian yoga. I don't know what happened to that. It's been misplaced somewhere. But yeah, for those who are interested in meditation, want to know more about it, and from the Kemetic point of view, the Kemetic or Tamarian point of view, I recommend this. And of course, African Origins and Civilization, but as far as just health topics go, Glorious Light Meditation and Egyptian Yoga, excellent books. Dr. Muhammad Ashby. I forgot that was up there. Then let's get into some consciousness talk. This book I'm going to talk about because I know I ain't going to hear no other niggas or niggas out there talking about this. I think I only ran across one other brother out of every sub I done went to, every friend I got, every channel I done visited. I think I only saw one other brown person reference Neil Donald Walsh. Like I say, I'm sure some of you black power niggas are allergic to crackers and white people books and all that. Y'all better be the way y'all be talking. I better not find no cracker finalia around your shit. But I fucks with Neil Donald Walsh. I have not read Conversations with God. Excuse me, I'm sorry for any Walsh fans who think that's blasphemy. But I've heard him speak, and I've skimmed through the books. But this one is the one I read and the one I like. Very small, but very powerful. Bringers of the Light. All of the concepts found in Conversations with God reveal ultimately and around a central theme. The purpose of life is to recreate yourself anew. This book takes that insight and renders it functional. Between these covers is a step-by-step exploration of the process of recreation, complete with assignments and exercises, based on one of the most astonishing books of our time. And I guess that's the Conversations with God book, so you might want to check that one out too. I haven't read it, so I can't endorse that. But this one I like. If you want to begin to, take control of your own life and destiny, that's a good place to start. What else I got back here? Got too much stuff. I'm not going to talk about everything. But I'm sure y'all already know that I'm affiliated with the Nuwapians. I fucks with the master teacher. So a lot of things I say, I did pick up and learn while studying right knowledge. So I do have some books that I would recommend that you try to find. Couple that I just ordered, matter of fact. Since the sister asked, you asked right on time too, because I might not even had these books a couple weeks ago if you would have asked that question. One of my favorites, The Melanite Children. Powerful. Man. Yeah, this is one of my favorites, man. You can find this one at I want to say AEO bookstore. I'm pretty sure that's it. The AEO bookstore in Macon. Look at that. Look for that. If you can't find it, I'll send you the link. But yeah, this book right here, I don't know how to, what to say about it, man. If you want to know about yourself, though, if you want to begin the journey inward, start learning about yourself, Nubian people, melanated people, I recommend this book. Just look at page 3. What it say? What they talking about? The origin of the Nubians. If you want to know your origin, you want to start getting into that science of melanin, if you want to know what the fuck happened to that, you want to know what the fuck that is, I recommend this book, Melanite Children by the Supreme Grand Master Malachi Z. York. I'm a Nubi Rakta. We also got The Science of Creation. That's exactly what it says. You want to know the science of creation, how all this shit was created, came to be. This is the book for you. Just give you a little sample. This is just a little sample of some of the things that we're discussing in here. Yep, that's it. Go order them. Another one. Classic. Might be a new revised version out there. I know it's a hardback version out there that I always wanted to get. But I don't know if that's still, if you can even still get it. I don't even know if you can still get this. But that's where I first learned about the old mix. And Hushin Dynasty and Native Americans and all of that. But if you want to know anything about whatever, the races and how they came about, Get into the 6 ether, 9 ether. If you want to know about the treaties and the constitutions and all that stuff that we signed with the Europes, all that's in here. I don't know if y'all can see that. But I recommend this is a good intro to anybody who is interested in or just curious about what Nuwaupu is and what it's about. This is a good starting point. It's just like our storybook. This is a great our storybook. Fuck a history book. This is one of the great our story books. One of the best. Written by you know who. What else? Both of these, if you can find them. Very good. Same author. I don't even want to talk about these. This is so serious, but I couldn't even get. I don't even know how to get the other ones. Anybody got the other volumes? Please let me know, cause I need 2, 3, and 4 of the Leviathan book series. But yeah, this is a good one. Anybody into that Illuminati shit? This is a great one. If you want to get straighten out all that bullshit that you've been taught about Horus and about Jesus, get to the true meaning. See if I can find my part that I like. He broke it down right here, showed all their similarities. For all those who say there are none. I think it's more than that in here too. I don't know. For all those who really want to get into the real origin of Christianity, this is the book for you. You see that? Yeah, Jesus, Horus. Jesus found in Egypt. Very good book. I'm gonna do a few videos on these probably next week. So if anybody can find these, you can go to some of the Nuwaubian websites like the United Nuwaubians Nation Worldwide or something like that. United Nuwaubians Worldwide website. And find the actual facts. If you can find the actual facts, you probably can find these. This is Patarak. This is just the way. And we're going to do some classes on these. But if you can find them. I said the actual facts already. If you can find any of these are quite powerful. And that's all I'm going to say about those. We are going to get into some religious studies too later. All this stuff ties into our health. If you can find you a copy of Sacred Scriptures, it has Hebrew translations. It's not going to be too much difference, but there are some differences. Mainly like with the name Yahshua will be placed in here instead of Jesus. Then we got Got the Quran. Quran. El Kutub Shil Mawut. Coming Forth by Day. Or the Book of the Dead. It's basically what you need for your religious studies. Them three right there. Of course, the Vedas and the Bhagavad Gita. And all that is good to have too. And I got all that stuff on my hard drive. I got thousands and thousands of books on my hard drive too, y'all. So if anybody need any books that I can maybe send to you on, on any topic you can think of too. Now I got them. Any subject under the sun, esotericism, alchemy. Whatever you can think of. Like, I think I even got all of Crowley's work. So, whatever you want, herbology, like, you just ask me. You tell me, you ask me if I got some books on such and such, and I'll let you know. I'm pretty sure whatever topic you interested in, I got some books on it. I think I can safely say I got well over 10,000 books on my hard drive. Like, easy. You know what I'm saying? So, this ain't nothing. Like, the books I really got, I ain't even got around to. Like this one I just printed out. It's Hidden Lore by Kenneth Grant. Getting into all that type of stuff right there. To me, I might be scared of that. So, I don't know. Let me know how deep you want to go down the rabbit hole, and I can get you some information. But, yeah. I'm not here to try to recruit nobody into Nuwapu or right knowledge, but this is where I got my starts, my foundation. All it is are Nuwapian CDs and DVDs. This whole row. All these books on the bottom, except for the one I just pulled out, and maybe like two others that you should have too. Let me go on and recommend these too, just for anybody who just getting into consciousness or just also religious studies and just whatever. You gotta have your circle 7. I'm sorry, it's not a circle. Got to have your Holy Quran. I gotta get out the habit of saying that. But gotta have your Willie Lynch letter. Keep this. It's for your kids to read this. You better get them to, as soon as they can read, they need to be reading that. The Chronology of the Bible. It's by Yosef Ben Yachanan. For your religious studies. Children of the Sun. These little books, these are very good for you to get your kids. It's by George Wells Parker. And anything by this brother right here. What's his name at? Oh. Anything by J.A. Rogers. This is 100 Amazing Facts about the Negro, but I had a couple more. I done lost more books than most people probably gonna ever have, so I don't even want to start talking about all the books I used to have. But slowly rebuilding my collection back up, and these are all the ones I'm gonna really go into. Those who, now, if you really want to get into some religious studies, I wasn't even gonna pull out these. I wasn't even gonna go top shelf, but I got to. This is what you want. You want to get on these degrees. The degree of Christism, the degree of Mosesism, and the degree of Mohammedism. All about this size right here. Y'all see how big that is? I just want to compare it to something so y'all can get a scale. It's the Bible. And it's the degree of Christism. So, in these books, you can find every book on the Christ series from the master teacher. Pamazul Amanugaragta. Got a marriage certificate in here. Anything had to do with Christ is in this book. Anything had to do with Islam or Muhammad is in the degree of Mohammedanism. Anything had to do with Mosesism is in the, or Judaism, and all that is in the degree of Mosesism book. So yeah, these are for serious religious studies right here. That's what you want. And anybody got the other 2 degrees, I'm looking for them too. I need the degree of Mosesism and the degree of Mohammedanism. And anybody got the mind, or the goal book, and your potential, I'm looking for those too. When you talking some old crazy, outrageous prices, go to hell. I'm not even, don't message me with no bullshit, for real. I know how much the books cost, obviously. So don't come to me with that bullshit. Alright. That's it, man. It's probably more books that y'all gonna be able to get right now. So, if anything I named you are able to get immediately, got access to, then get those. Get what you can, though, you know, and get what calls out to you. Go to the bookstore and just walk through there and see what attracts you. But make sure you visit these black bookstores. Fuck Barnes and Nobles. Stop relying on Amazon. Support these black businesses and go in there and go get some black books. So, just want to add that. You don't have to go run into them for everything, do we? I don't see nothing else worth talking about right now. Those are books that I think my viewers should be reading. Any books by Dr. Malachi Z. York, though, I think my viewers should be reading. I'm just going to go ahead and say that for the record. That's a good one for the sisters. Women who changed the course of history. I'm not sure if the master teacher wrote this one. Yeah, he did. This is one. I had a couple by his daughters, but I don't think I still have any of those. I don't let people borrow and get my books. They all been gone, but this one is by Ahitsenthotep. And you want to check out something by the sisters. I think the Body Parts of God is written by one of his daughters too. And this one is Who Lived Before the Adam and Eve Story. It's very good too. Any of those coming out of religion, I think I'll end it with this one. Got the Is There a God series. People who, if you know anybody still religious, should be knowing everything we can about these religions. But this is a 3-part series here. Is There a God? But anything from the God series is very good when you're coming out of religion, when you're trying to help other people break out of the spell of religion. So I recommend those, maybe not just for you, but so that you can teach others. Because that's what most of this is about. That's what all this shit is for. So, that's it. I can't think of too much else. Oh, Amos Wilson's book, Awakening the Genius, the Natural Genius in Black Children, right? Awakening. It's a pink book by Amos Wilson. Hold on, man. Awakening the Natural Genius of Black Children by Amos Wilson. I think that's a good book for all of us to have if you're going to have some children one day, or if you already do. You might want to check that out. And that's about it, family. Probably done talked about 30 minutes about books. So, those are just some that I recommend. It might help begin you on your journey. If you can find the book, The Mind by Dr. York, or Your Potential, I guarantee that those books will change your life. Like, really. Like, those are some of the most powerful books that I read. And those are the little small books like these. Little pamphlet-sized books. So, any of these little pamphlet-sized books are good too. If you're just getting familiar with Nuwapu, if you can find any of these little books like this, little scrolls, those are very good to have. Well, that's it. I hope that helps. I hope you can find any of these or some of these. And I hope they help you on your journey with it. The journey is within, though. Remember that. Everything you're doing outside of yourself should be leading you within. If it's not, then it's just a distraction. And you should be eliminating it from your life. Alright. That's it. Be healthy, my family. Peace.